Hi, it's Danielle. This is my perfume journal where I document my love of perfume. So, regular viewers of this channel will already know this, but if you are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Very glad you are here. I am in the midst of a massive downsize. I've gotten a bunch of inquiries over DMs on Instagram and through email. But yes, I will share we are moving overseas. It is both exciting and scary. And even though we are making this massive change, there are a few things that are going to remain constant for me. One is my love of perfumes, and two is this channel. I definitely plan to continue smelling my way through life and talking about it all here. So I hope you will stick with me for the ride. So, in preparation for this huge change we are making, we are unburdening ourselves of almost every single thing we own with the exception of a few possessions and some special things. And for me, that is going to include perfumes that I take with me. I want my perfume collection that comes with us to fit into one tote. And since we are only planning on bringing maybe a dozen totes with us, even fewer if possible, 1/10 or 1/12 of our entire lives is going to be devoted to perfume. So even though I am massively downsizing, it is safe to say that my perfumes are getting a pretty fair ratio in this move. And at this point in time, I have my collection down to, I think it's 76 bottles in total. Decants and minis take up less space, so I'm taking most of those with me. And then once I pack them up and start putting them in totes, I may eventually need to make a second cut. But for now, I'm feeling really good about where my collection stands and what I'm bringing with me. And so, if you want to see what my curated collection looks like, what I cannot part with, I'm going to link that Parfumo shelf down below. I don't know about you, but I love being nosy and snooping through people's perfume collections. So maybe you like that too. So, one thing you're probably going to notice about my collection is that everything I own, for the most part, is generally perfumes that are under about $100 to $150. So, what you're going to find in my collection is perfumes that I have carefully chosen that have spoken to me in some way over the many years that I have been into perfume and that fit into my personal budget. Everybody's budget is different. Everybody's threshold or ceiling of what they're willing to spend on a bottle of perfume is different. And so I'm just going to give you a little peek into what works for me and what I've collected over the years. And then if you want some extra snoopage, there's another shelf of perfumes that are the perfumes I plan on finishing before I move. This is like my version of a project pan. I have a shelf that's dedicated just to those perfumes. And then if you want to see what I've already sold or have used up already, you can visit the I had shelf on my Parfumo account. Like I said, I love snooping around, so this is for the snoopers out there like me. So for this video, I have a whole bunch of perfumes that I am sharing with my family and friends. I will talk about all the perfumes that I plan to give away or I have already given away by the time this video comes out. So it's going to be my final goodbye to these perfumes. Please join me in seeing them off to their new homes. Okay, the first perfume is Blanc from Courrèges, one of my favorite affordable gem discoveries in one of my very favorite bottles. This is a very straightforward powdery floral with just a little touch of fruitiness from some lychee. Courrèges is such a weird brand to me. There are a whole bunch of perfumes that come in bottles like this one, these opaque mod bottles that are super expensive. And then you can also find Courrèges perfumes in these bottles or bottles that are similar, but they're like transparent for under $20. So sometimes we just do not ask questions. We accept the bargains that are presented to us. And Blanc was the bargain of the century. I loved wearing this. I love the bottle, but unfortunately this big old bottle is not making the move, so it's going to be shared instead. If you love powdery florals, but you want something with just a little bit of fruitiness, this is a perfume that cannot be beat for around $20. Okay, this is Daydreams from Montale. I got this perfume as a freebie when I purchased a perfume secondhand. The lovely seller just threw this bottle in for me. So Mansera and Montale are houses that I just cannot wear. The materials that they use do not work on me, but I know a lot of people who really love them. So I'm going to be really happy to share this one because this is a tropical floral. It's coconut, tiare, orange blossom, sandalwood, vanilla. And I hope my friend who receives this, and probably already has by the time this video is published, really enjoys wearing this one. Okay, this bottle is Ultrared from Paco Rabanne. So I blind bought this when I was on a kick of looking for perfumes with a strawberry and licorice note combination. And it was inspired by a perfume by Perfat called Amicus Cumulus that has strawberry and licorice, and I love that perfume. So this looked like it was going to be the one, capital T, capital O, especially because the note list included both licorice and star anise. But instead of a clear strawberry licorice combination in this perfume, I got a big helping of red fruits, jasmine, and vanilla. And so, even though it wasn't exactly what I was looking for, I do think that this is a great affordable gem, a really enjoyable, easy to wear, fruity floral vanilla perfume. And I know that somebody is going to love this when they try it and be excited to take it home. So the next two perfumes are perfumes that were very kindly gifted to me by the brand Emmotiv when I had my old Instagram page. I had purchased a sample set from them. I talked about the samples on my page, and then the next thing I knew, a collection of bottles and travels showed up at my doorstep as a thank you. So thank you right back to Christina from Emmotiv, who is so lovely. And honestly, I am really surprised that her brand hasn't landed in Sephora yet. I would categorize these perfumes in the section where you find brands like By Rosie Jane, Forever Mood, The Seven Virtues, Henry Rose, Skylar, Commodity. You get the gist. Very similar in quality and price point. She makes really pretty perfumes, and they're all centered around the idea of the connection between scent and emotion. So, Love Euphoric is a really pretty warm floral perfume. And this is one of the perfumes that has actually garnered multiple compliments whenever I have worn it. I kind of tend to wear my perfumes close, not super projecting. So compliments for me are very, very rare. But I will not lie, it is very nice to be told that you smell good. So this is ylang ylang, jasmine, and rose with some coconut and vanilla. It isn't tropical, it just feels kind of warm and lush. And all of the perfumes in this line have this feel to them that you can kind of see in the bottles themselves. They're not heavy, they're not overpowering, they have a lightness about them, almost like a pastel kind of quality. And I think that is one of the things that makes them very, very appealing and very easy to wear. So the other perfume that I'm going to share is Calm Soul. This is Emmotiv's slightly woody, slightly aromatic, kind of meditative scent in the group. It has clary sage and juniper and ginger, and that all gives that like aromatic touch to the perfume. And then there are these really nice woody, resinous elements of Palo Santo, frankincense, cedar. So this would be a really nice perfume for someone who's very outdoorsy, someone who finds peace in nature. And I know someone just like that, and I think that they are going to love this perfume. Okay, I'm also going to share Cloud Musk from Mixbar. This is one of those perfumes for somebody who doesn't want to feel like they're actually wearing perfume. It's a woody skin scent along the lines of something like a Glossier You. It's clean and woody, and it has like a fresh muskiness with just that like little teeny tiny touch of pencil shavings. And again, I have a friend that I think is going to gravitate right toward this perfume. Okay, this is Clementine, California from Atelier Cologne. This is one that I did take a decant of before sharing because this is one of the best citruses ever. And even though it's kind of hard to source in North America since Atelier Cologne pulled out of this market, it's still widely available and easy to find in other places. This is a juicy, juicy, like super juicy clementine with a bit of a punchy juniper and mint. It fits into the category of perfumes like Mandarin Basilic from Guerlain. It's very watery, fresh, green, pulpy. This has been a go-to workout scent for me. It gives energy and motivation. It gives me everything I need to like either finish a workout or start one in the first place. And normally I would keep this one because it is so good, but I have a friend who absolutely loves this perfume. She came to my perfume sniffing party that I had last year and fell in love with this perfume. When she went on vacation, I made her a big fat decant to take with her, and I just really want her to have this perfume. So I know she's going to love it, and it's going to bring me a lot of joy to give it to her. Okay, let's finish up with some celebrity perfumes. The first one is the one that won't fit in the frame here. It's Indi from Katy Perry. And Cass, if you're watching, I can hear you yelling at me through the screen again about this one, but I promise you it's going to go to a good home. And when I move and I'm settled, I will repurchase this because I do love this perfume. It is such a good creamy sandalwood, even though on Parfumo, sandalwood is not even listed as a note. It's plum, it's light florals, it's lots of creamy woods and vanilla. Cass always says that this smells to her exactly like cold coconut cream, and I would absolutely agree with that. It is such a good, affordable celebrity perfume, but for now, I'm going to share it with a friend. I'm also going to share 3 Sarah Jessica Parkers. These are all perfumes that I will be able to easily find and replace. So instead of lugging them with me all the way to our new home, I am going to share them for now. So Stash Unspoken is so nice. It's a very fruity gourmand. It's got quince and honeysuckle and peony. There is sandalwood and tonka in the base. The note list also calls out frankincense, but I do not get any incense from this at all. It's very much in the category of like a Burberry Brit kind of a scent. It's that sweet, floral, creamy, woody, powdery kind of profile that I absolutely love. I thought about trying to finish this one up, put it in my project pan before I go, but I think one of my friends is really going to like this, so it's going to go to her. This is Born Lovely from the Lovely line. I think Born Lovely is the sweetest of all the Lovely flankers that I have personally smelled. It's got a fruity opening of blackcurrant, but it's like a very sweet blackcurrant, almost like a blackcurrant jelly. So it's not too tart. It has honeysuckle and orange blossom and freesia, and then it has caramel and patchouli in the base. And even though it has those like heavier base notes, it still feels really nice and light and fresh when you wear it. I think this is just such a really nice, pretty, easygoing, easy wearing perfume in the Lovely line. The original Lovely can be a little sharp or a little piercing for people, but this one is not like that at all. It's softer and creamier, but it still does have like that fresh floral quality that you would expect from the Sarah Jessica Parker Lovely perfumes. I'm also going to share Lovely You from the Lovely line. This is a really nice musky floral, heavy on the musk. This is tons and tons and tons of airy florals. Water lily, freesia, plum blossom, there's jasmine, there's orange blossom, peony, and then this big, hefty dose of a very diffusive kind of musk. The note list also calls out vanilla orchid and benzoin, which, okay, I kind of see how those notes are present to keep this perfume from like just flying away. But overall, this just wears like a cloud to me. Like if a bouquet of flowers could like give off pheromones, that's what this smells like. And the last perfume for this video is Intimate Fantasy from Britney Spears. This has been my absolute favorite of all the Britney perfumes for a long time, and this is the last one to go of all the Britney perfumes I've had over the years. Now, this perfume does not have coconut, but to me, this gives off a very coconutty vibe for some reason. The notes are actually lemon, lychee, brown sugar, white florals, vanilla, and musk. No coconut at all, but to me, this just reminds me of coconut. It's creamy, it's sweet, it's fruity, but it's also powdery and floral as well. And when I wore this, I always paired this with Bath and Body Works Frosted Coconut Snowball Body Cream. These two scents are a match made in heaven. And now I'm going to stop talking about that combination before one more bottle of perfume ends up back on my shelf where it does not need to be. But if you have Intimate Fantasy in your collection, the next time Bath and Body Works has a sale on Frosted Coconut Snowball body cream or lotion, try pairing those two together. I think they smell fabulous. I think they make a heavenly perfume combination. Okay, so this is what I'm bringing to the perfume potluck. A big box of perfumes for people to sniff and pick. So even though these are really just bottles of fragrant liquid, they are still part of my personal perfume history. So it does make me happy when I know exactly where my perfumes are going. My perfumes are important to me, and so I'm really happy when I get to share them so that they can be enjoyed. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your encouragement in this big task of decluttering that I'm undertaking. Your comments have been so awesome. And like I said, I am not going anywhere after the move. There are always going to be perfumes for me to be excited to sniff and talk about, and I will continue to do just that. So thanks for spending your time here with me. I hope you have a really great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.